My name's Noel, I'm a psychotherapist. I'm here at ICAD in London 2017, which is amazing. Great event. I love coming to this. And Sam and your team, you do such an amazing job at bringing people here from all over the world. And here's one of those people from all over the world. Miles, it's so good to see you. Thank you so much. I mean, you've like almost literally stepped off the plane, haven't you?
I have, yeah, I'm a bit jet lagged. So.
How was it? How was the flight and all that?
It was okay. It was nice. I love coming here, so
It's great to have you here. I'm a great fan of yours, and I was talking to somebody earlier, just before we started filming, about some of the things I've seen you present on, and how inspiring I found it. Just so that people know, tell us who you are and who you work for and why you're here.
So my name's Miles. I live in Nashville, Tennessee. I had to think about that because I'm a bit jet lagged, so I think I live somewhere. I own and run a company called Onsite, and we're known for therapeutic personal growth workshops, and then also we have a long-term option for trauma, codependency, mental health.
Yeah, I mean, it's the sort of place that I would go to. And I have to say, having read through things, and I know a lot of people have been on your courses, and I'm actually thinking of doing some of my professional training there as well. So
great.
Really inspired by the work you're doing. I mean, you guys have been around for how long now? How long has it been going?
Long time. Well, the workshop side has been around for 40 years. And so we've got an incredible lineage, and we've just built on a heritage and for me, when I got involved with a program like Onsite, it was, I had seen there's a wide array of expertise in our field. And there's some really good, and then there's some okay, and then it's no different than any other profession.
Sure.
And I thought if people are going to take the time to invest in a vulnerable deep dive, to rewrite the part of their narrative that's not working for them, that's a sacred thing.
Yes.
And we should treat it sacred. And so we need to do more than just check off on training. We need to curate an experience.
Yeah.
So people have to be incredibly well trained, and we're clinically sophisticated, but I want people who are artists, who show up as they are, and who are the best of the best. And so we spend more time curating experience and run all over the world to handpick who I feel are some of the best therapists in the world and bring them and have them around the table so that when people land, they know they can count on quality. And so that's the fun part.
And that's it. And I've met so many people who've been through your program, and without fail, without being robots, but without fail, they are incredibly grateful for the experience that they've had. And I think I've never heard you say that before. We want artists as well as great clinicians. I think it's an amazing way of saying it, because there is something about in our field, and I'm a clinician, but you have to learn how to do this stuff. You have to have the evidence base for the work and know how to do the research and the assessments, etc. But then there's that little bit extra that you need.
Yeah, and I think we can all agree there is a body of research that supports the number one most important factor to support people through sustainable change is therapeutic alliance.
Yeah.
How do I connect with you?
Yeah.
It's easy for me to show up and tell you what I know and try to do something to you. It's hard to show up and show you who I am. And have those two integrated.
It's fantastic, and I'm very excited by that, because I'm really with that idea that you have to be respectful in this alliance with people. Be respectful of where they're coming from, and also I guess where you're coming from yourself as a human being, and respectful of your own journey. And that's something that's always inspired me about you, is how connected you are to your own story and how you can use that. And I was really inspired last year when you were talking about forgiveness, and it sort of made me think about how I need to forgive and why I need to forgive. And it was your sort of ability to connect to your own personal experience. I was really inspired without sort of thinking that this is the whole of life. We all have a personal experience. It shouldn't really determine what clinical decisions we make. But I think we do need that, our heart connected, Yeah. And, sorry.
Well, no, I think that's the hard and yet most important part is I was a professional in this field who was walking around and not able to integrate a lot of what we were talking about. And so there was a gap. We were helping thousands of people, and I was going home at the end of the day, happier in my own life and lonely. And I thought, how does this work? And so I had a moment where it's time to put down the microscope, pick up the mirror, and say, who are you? Yeah. Who are you becoming? Yeah. And how are you to sit in front of other people and guide them? And look, I'm not naive to know that when you look behind the curtain of the therapy world, we don't get into this business by accident. So we're not the sick picture of health, emotional health. Yeah. We're allowed to struggle and still help people through their struggle. But our outcomes are better when we're in touch and doing our own work. And I think that's the most important thing.
I agree. I'm going to leave it at that point because I know you've got to get on. But thank you for that. And thank you for turning up to London again. It's so good to have the leaders the world leaders in the field with us, and really inspirational stuff. If you can get down to ICAD and come and see what Miles is doing, you will be blown away. It's fantastic stuff, and I'm so happy to be here today.
I want to say too, just thank you for taking time. I'm honored that you sit with me for a few minutes. I know it was quick. You, Sam, and a lot of folks that are doing what you're doing here have inspired me, and that's why I don't say no. When they say, will you come across over here? It's a hard trip, but absolutely I'll come across, because you guys seem to do it with heart, and I like the way you integrate and do what you do, and so I'm just always honored to be here.
Thanks so much. Thanks very much.